Hi everyone, and a warm welcome back to the WARNO monthly tournament from SD League for April. Today we are with CoopzDIABLO and Darkneutron. Coopz is over on the right in blue playing as the 39th Infantry, and over on the left in red we have Darkneutron playing as the 7th Panzer Division. Obviously Coopz has the slightly better side, shall we say, in terms of control, because you get these towns nice and early. Obviously, he's got a good spread of units at both sides, so he should be able to capture both of those. A significant force going for Darkneutron to the center here. Now, between these two players, Darkneutron is very much a veteran of these tournaments. He's played in a lot of them, and he goes toe-to-toe pretty well with the likes of Lathans, as we've seen recently on the channel. You can check those out in the playlist. CoopzDIABLO, a little bit new to the tournaments, so it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. MI8 getting engaged there by those infantry. Strelas are almost there that will easily take out the chopper, but it does mean that Coopz will get a bit of warning about what's coming at that side. Certainly it should be able to see plenty, yeah, can even see the bridge there, so he should have got a bit of early warning. This is a really good defensive spread at the moment for Coopz, to be honest. Couple of recon here for Darkneutron. Doesn't seem very interested in Echo. Seems to be focusing all his attention here, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. He's bringing in a lot of tanks, including a command tank at the back there. Sadly, the command tank didn't stay in golf long enough to cap it, so it is currently +3 to Coopz. He is getting a nice boost on those points right now. Though there's a command up here, obviously, that will probably come down. Yeah, it's going to come down into golf. But nice caps at the moment for Coopz. He kind of needs to get in here really now and contest this. But I expect Darkneutron is going to make it very, very hard for him to do so. He's going to try and push through this town pretty quickly. And he certainly outnumbers Coopz at the moment in terms of infantry there. SPG-9 engaging on the Alf Clara here. Oh, T-72 command tank from the other side. Gave its position away, though. So it does mean that Coopz probably knows that command tank is there now. Currently still +1 to Coopz, but will be +1 to Darkneutron now. Coopz needs to cap this. He is about to neutralize the middle, so it'll put him back to +1. But at the moment, he's getting a bit overwhelmed here. He has slightly more control in this area. Now, normally, you tend to find that the person on Darkneutron's side focuses in this corner and pushes in here. So the fact he's pushed in the other side is a bit of a difference. And that's why, obviously, there was quite a lot of units here for Coopz, but not quite as many over here. And obviously, that command is a bit at risk at the moment. Some SPG-9 UAZs rushing in to try and provide some fire support, but obviously they're going to be useless against those T-72s. Nothing else really coming in at the back there. Recon Razvedka sat a little bit far back, perhaps, in this town. They'd probably be better off sat in this building here. They'd obviously be able to see a lot more there. Whereas back here, they're kind of limited by the buildings. But of course, Coopz is busy focusing elsewhere right now. He's got quite a few units here, but I don't think he's intending to push at the moment. He could potentially have pushed into India from our perspective to try and distract Darkneutron from this big push in the center. My concern at the moment is Darkneutron may try and push Charlie. He's rolling these tanks around. Obviously, he's killed the command that was in there, unsurprisingly. Kept at a distance, this could actually be very useful with its Kokon missiles to kill these tanks. Although they're going to be behind a bit of a hill, and they're going to be very near those Strelas. Those Strelas are moving up pretty fast. And Darkneutron continues to just flood stuff into the center. I mean, he is going to take it, and he doesn't want to let it go. That is everything he's got is going there. He's completely ignoring the sides. Coopz is now pushing down a hotel. And all these units currently going to the center but could easily be turned around. That chopper, for example, could engage these vehicles. chopper, unfortunately, has been caught out by those tanks, though there is a T-80 pulling in. T-80 dies. Unlucky T-80. It got one kill, but then went down. The Mi-24 in a lot of trouble here. May just get out alive, but it is once again stunned. But Darkneutron consolidating his control of that area now. Over here, there are all these vehicles pushed up for Coopz. An Igla would be very handy when you're doing this sort of thing, I guess. If you can spare the finances for one, just to scare off any choppers that might come over. T-80 command tank coming in, which will cap this and has the potential to also cap hotel. But again, if you're going in with this type of stuff, you need to take anti-air, because these are easy pickings for an attack chopper, for a cluster bomber, for an anti-tank jet. Clusters coming in here. This could be a nice hit. Oh, very nice. He gets one of the T-72s. Unfortunately, he does lose both his chopper and the jet in the process, though. The Strella's doing their job. Some unlucky dice rolls for Coopz there. Coopz will cap this point and make everything neutralized again. He has a few units in here, but still, the majority of this is looking very red. Really, we need to see Coopz perhaps push one of these sides. Hotel is potentially a good choice because there's nothing there at the moment, but he needs anti-air there. He needs infantry. He is moving these infantry squads up at the moment, look. That tank's going up, but it's going up alone without any anti-air. I'm very worried about that tank. We'll see how it plays out, though. Darkneutron getting nice and up close and personal at the Sappery that can't really damage those tanks. More reinforcements coming in here. I mean, Darkneutron is completely ignoring the sides. He is allowing everything into the center, and he almost has complete and total control of it right now. Literally a couple of units here. And there's not a lot standing between Darkneutron and the back here at the moment. But we still have just under 32 minutes left of this game, and it's far from over by the looks of it. Because it depends how aggressive Darkneutron is from here out. Cluster bomber coming in here. See, this is what I was worried about. That is very, very lucky the tank had moved. But obviously it had been spotted by the Motto Clara there. Tank is very stressed out. There is a T-72 coming in here. It is being redirected now towards the center. The T-80 does outmatch this, but depends who sees who first, and whether this T-72 gets a side shot could make all the difference, especially at this range. This is pretty short distance, so it will do more damage. It's going to get it. It's firing. Oh, it's fired at the SPG-9. That's a warning for the T-80. T-80 still side onto it, though. Turn, turn, turn. Oh, it got the side shot on it. T-80 BVK is about to die, unless it's very lucky. It is very lucky. Oh my word. It got the shot off first. That is incredibly lucky. That is like jammy type lucky. That was, yeah. I'm genuinely shocked that T-80 isn't dead. See, here we go. 2 anti-tank choppers coming in now. So as I say, a lack of anti-air here just means that Darkneutron can immediately call out choppers. More aircraft. Does mean he's lost this point. Does mean he's currently +4 to Coopz. That's nothing bad for Coopz. I mean, he is currently +4. He's way ahead in points. He's had to move the command tank out. Here we go. Some Iglas now moving in. Great stuff. The BMP-2 is getting some shots off on this, so you might be able to stress the chopper out. Although the BMP-2 itself is getting a bit stressed out. Not much movement up here. I mean, I was half expecting Darkneutron to just plow straight through the Charlie, but he hasn't. And this is allowing Coopz time to bring in reinforcements. Look at all these T-80s coming in. So, because there's nice open terrain here, it does mean there's a chance that Coopz can now easily defend against any push towards Charlie and could then counter push into the center again. Cluster bomber coming in here. Igla's now engaging. Good hit. Second Igla is almost in. Another attack chopper coming in now. Darkneutron certainly doubling down on those attack choppers. Some T-55As coming in as well. Nice. One chopper down, another one badly damaged. This MI2 should die. The cluster will get the kill probably, but other choppers down. If he can get this one as well, which I think he will be able to. Oh. Missile missed. He did get the recon chopper though. He is retreating his command tank. There's a couple of T-72s coming in here. They're heading towards the middle though. They will have to get past the Motrazvedka. Mi-24V anti-air jet, or chopper even, sorry, coming in. That is a good choice, Coopz. That thing is stunned and fleeing. This thing will be able to engage the tanks as well. Yeah, there it goes. It will stun down those tanks if nothing else. Coopz being a little bit pushy here, moving up his tanks. But look at this. Darkneutron is pushing across the bridge into this point. And there's not a lot there to stop him. He has a lot of tanks pushing across here. This is a problem for Coopz. He is calling in reinforcements. There's a cluster coming in, going for all of these tanks at the back. He could get a lot of kills here if they don't move. If they don't start moving, he could potentially get a couple of hits. They are on the move, though. I think Darkneutron may have realized. It's stunned, it's evacing, it's dead. That's unlucky. Command tank is in there as well, so point goes to Darkneutron. Down here we see a huge build-up of Darkneutron's forces. Anti-air being brought in, infantry being brought in. He will want this point back. That Mi-24 is very much about to die. Those T-72s never actually went past the Motrazvedka, interestingly. Tank is being repaired here. I was about to say I heard a jet come in. I don't know where it was or where it went. Sounded like it was over that side. Coopz pushing here with those big heavy T-80s. Obviously the majority of Darkneutron's tanks pushed up here. Now, Darkneutron is obviously a very experienced player, played in a lot of the tournaments so far, can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Lathans, as we saw recently in some matches. Coopz is a lot newer, and I think Coopz is doing a really good job here at managing to keep ahead in points at the moment, and also managing to do some pushback in the middle and things like that. Another jet down. It's a cluster dead. Coopz ferrying back some of his units here. The reality is, I think we can say that Coopz has lost more units overall. I don't think there's any escaping that. Darkneutron realistically doesn't seem to have a huge amount left in here. It's very spread out, so it looks like a lot. But you've got 3 squads of infantry, an attack chopper, 2 T-72s, a grenade launcher, an SPW-70. They're actually sort of in the point. Okay, the Panzerjäger are in the point, but they're really far back. So there's not actually a huge amount of units that pose a threat here, but the problem is these Panzerjägers in a forest against the T-80 are obviously going to wreck it. Instantly popped. I don't know if that was a side shot, most likely. I mean, they've got 2 of them. They do 20. I mean, if they both fired at the same time, it's a reasonably easy kill for them, isn't it? Even on front armor. But I suspect they got the side shot. I see 25 AT taking some fire there. Did manage to come in and looks like it killed the command tank. It's a good kill for Coopz. He's back in this point. Back to neutralize. I think Coopz is doing a really good job this game. Because I think Darkneutron is someone very, very difficult to play against. Oh, T72 covering that road. Manages to kill one of the Igglers. This T72 could be at risk from this if it gets any closer. There's potential for a side shot or a rear shot here. He's in range there, but that's weird. It would have been in range to fire, but I guess maybe because it's outside of the forest, it couldn't. Strange. T80 pushing up this side to try and cover for that T72. Really good job by Coopz for regaining control of that point. Maintaining here at the moment. I am concerned that these are slowly pushing up now. Darkneutron pivoting to take more interest in the side points as well. Good fire support from T80 here. Taking out those Motsuchin. Just take some of the pressure off the infantry over there. Oh, nice. T72 has revealed itself to the T80. T80 is badly damaged, though. Urgently needs repair. This one is about to get repaired if it retreats far enough. T80 is chasing it. This is risky. Has changed his mind. And that Mi-24 rocket coming in with the Kokon missiles has the potential to hit these tanks. I mean, certainly they're within range, but guess they're not visible? Surely they're visible to that Mot-Razvedka. Oh yeah, it is firing. It's just very small. There we go. Miss. I'm just curious if this gets any hits. The missile looks tiny. It is not getting any good hits here. That's going to be fully repaired before it hits. Yes, nice strike. Turret struck. Turret damaged for 55 seconds. We'll be able to move out the way, though. Second hit, very nice. It's stunned. But unfortunately, the Kokon is... or the chopper is out of Kokon missiles, so that's the end of that game. And it has smoked. And will retreat. Big group of forces just pushed into this tree line here. I mean, Coopz, I think, knows that they're there. His Mot-Razvedka are routed. 21 minutes left to go of this match. Lots of infantry pushing in towards the center. I mean, if Coopz could do a big push into the center, then that would be really good. I do notice a lot more tanks and stuff coming in over here. I sort of wondered to myself, what is the best way to go in here? You could almost say that this is the best way. Because once you're in, you've got a lot of cover. Here you're kind of approaching over a lot of open ground. There's a lot of Strelas coming in. Obviously to deal with that chopper. Darkneutron getting closer at the bottom here as well. Oof. Yeah. T72 is pushing up this way. PG9 gets a good hit, but is not enough. T80 potentially poses a threat to them. Igloo will die to those tanks as well. Darkneutron just sort of clearing up before he pushes in the point there. Unfortunately, the way Coopz is going in here into this tree line, there's quite a bit of open terrain there, and although there are buildings, the tanks at the back here are able to fire through because this is a bit raised. I don't know if it's possible to show that. Doesn't really... You see, this bit is higher than this bit. There's a little hill there. It's not super obvious. If I zoom in, you can kind of see it. See how we've got that there, and then it goes up to there. It's a little bit less obvious because of the dark grassy area on the map, I think. You can't quite see the slope as well when you're zoomed out. A little bit of progress by Coopz though, but unfortunately he's against a lot of vehicles and doesn't really have a lot of anti-tank there, sadly. Razvedka still here harassing stuff. Surprised it didn't cap that, to be honest. Oh, it did. There we go. It could do with a repair, you see. Cluster coming in here. Not sure what it's going for. Oh, it's going for the T-80 down here. There is a Coopz there, but it's not going to fire in time. Bombs are away. Gets the kill. Cluster is gonna get out alive, maybe. Last missile? Misses. It's out. Very lucky SU-22. I've got to be honest, once again, I think Coopz has lost a lot more units here. It'll be interesting to see the kills and losses at the end. But sometimes numbers mean a lot in this game. Not always, but they can. Seeing a push again up here for Darkneutron. He needs to start getting points, obviously, because the reality is, Coopz could just keep holding until the end of this game. And he will win on points. So Darkneutron has to push. There's another command tank coming in for this point now. Chopper's pushing up, but there are two Coopz there and some Strela infantry at the back. Coopz still making a little bit of progress in here, but it's not sort of in the point. And then Darkneutron's just kind of sat back here, picking him off as he gets close to the edge of that forest. So positioning from Darkneutron is just better here. There's no two ways about it. Mark Razvedka still alive here. A T-55A has got past them. Panzerjäger now moving in on them. They are fully repaired though. Now engaging. They're going to engage the tank as well. Good hit on the tank. Panzerjäger technically should be outmatched by the Razvedka because the Razvedka have a machine gun as well. But that said, the Panzerjäger Panzerjäger a veteran. These guys aren't. They're already stressed out. Cohesion is low. And that makes a huge difference in the current version of the game. So, ranking up your units does make a big difference. Obviously, with Recon, you don't often rank them up because you just want more of them. And they're not really going to be doing fighting usually. This is just one of those situations where they do and you're like, oh, should I rank them up? There's 25 rocket coming in here, takes a hit from the Cub and immediately evacs. T-80BV coming up across here to try and engage these tanks. Gets a good hit on the T-72M. Anti-tank jet coming in though for it. Side shot, insta-death. SU-22 anti-tank will also escape as the Coopz are out of ammo. The Coopz were out of ammo. Currently +2 to Darkneutron. And he's still pushing here. Perhaps thinking eventually he may get into this point at the back. There's a T-80BV there. Good positioning. Gets a shot down the road. Will be well positioned to also potentially take out that Cub. Cub's retreating. Darkneutron's realised. That is a lot of tanks coming in. A load of T-55As. A little bit of movement over here as well. Darkneutron seeing if he can push around into Charlie, I think, again. T-80 engaging on something with his missile. Cub, I think. Misses. Won't be as obvious for Darkneutron, though, until it actually hits. And then it's too late. Boom. Very nice. Can see something else as well. It's going for the other Cub. No, I think it's going for one of the tanks. Could have a nice side shot here. Oh, unlucky. That could have been a very nice side shot. SU-22 cluster coming in for that tank, though. I mean, Darkneutron, not overly concerned, I don't think, about losing these jets as long as he kills the tanks. Good dive bomb. T-80 dead again. Cub doesn't manage to get the finishing blow on that SU-22. Darkneutron pushing back into that little industrial area there as Coopz tries to push out from it. More reinforcements arriving down here for Darkneutron as well. He's eventually going to try and get into Echo, I think. 12 minutes left of this game. As it stands, Darkneutron has enough with +2 to take over eventually, as long as he can maintain that. Coopz has the potential to play a little bit of cat and mouse with a command vehicle, though, and could just swing it. You know, rushing one round the back into Hotel. It will be seen, but if he was fast enough, he might just get it. Here, there's not a lot left. There is another T-80 coming in. Continues to make little bits of progress here, but all those T-55As are coming in now, which is going to be another line of defense here. And Darkneutron has managed to get into this point. He's got the T-72 here. That will be covering the bridge. So getting reinforcements in across that bridge now is going to be very difficult. The T-72 will also cover this side, look. So he will be able to fire at things coming in to reinforce this point. And here's the push from Darkneutron. Sapri taking a lot of fire here. Command is in the center for Coopz. Darkneutron having to bring his command back in. Currently +2 to Coopz. Will be neutralized again in a moment, though. This command tank now at serious risk. Just trying to keep an eye on the T-72. It's not actually firing at those BMP-3s. I'm pretty sure it should have been able to there. They did briefly go along that road that was uncovered. Oh, technically it's out of range, of course. The tank gun range is shorter than the road. Obviously. It will get him to go around this side, though. Yeah, there we go. Immediately turns to fire. Oh, miss. Will have given away the position potentially of that tank now. Coopz trying to push and hold here. Little bit of movement up here as well. Certainly Darkneutron has lost his tanks and stuff here. Motorstrelky in a good position against those anti-air. I mean, really, there's just the anti-air here right now. If Coopz was fast, he could take this point back. He doesn't know that, though. T80 BVK coming in. Oh, it's just a T80 BK, sorry, not a BVK. I'm so used to seeing the BVKs. T80 BV here, managing to finish off those anti-air units. Some T55s coming in. But there is a neutralization to the point at the bottom. Darkneutron has got his command in there. Just parked right at the back. Darkneutron putting a lot of pressure on Coopz right now. Coopz managing to hang on to this corner just about. Cluster bomber coming in there. Going for the T80 again. Coopz misses. T80 will die. Cluster bomber does go down though. SU-25 rocket is destroyed. BMP3 is doing a good job here against these T-72s. Obviously the Motorstrelky help as well. T-72, one hit, one kill though. Good strike from the BMP3, but again, one hit, one kill. Command tank about to go in this point. However, command has been lost in the center for Coopz. Conker's firing out at that command tank. Darkneutron back in control of the center. +1 currently to Darkneutron. 7 minutes left. He's got a lot of catching up to do. Coopz has managed to play this pretty well, defending and just holding little bits. It's made a huge difference to just hang on in there. But Darkneutron is on the move and he's going for the back point. No messing about. Look at this. Attack move straight into Charlie. Still some ongoing skirmishing down here. There's a good chance that Coopz might hold. But up at the top, rocket attack coming in, going for that chopper. Coopz really struggling to get hits here. But look at this, command just plowing through into this point. T8 is pushing across, will stop those tanks, I'm sure. SU-27S in and an SU-25 rocket coming in. SU-25 rocket is going for that command. But the Coopz, oh, the Coopz don't get a hit. SU-25 rocket manages to hit the Coopz. Not hitting the command vehicle though. Still +1 currently. Coopz has managed to almost completely defend this point. The command's still in there though. Command in the back point for Darkneutron, and he's going to race straight through into the back point. Yeah, I was going to say he's going to keep going straight into Alpha. He's going for as many points as he can get in the last 5 minutes. This is how he's going to get his win. As I say, sometimes some sneaky play with a command vehicle can make all the difference at the end in terms of points. +6 to Darkneutron. With 5 minutes left of this game. And my 24 rocket rushing across to try and deal with it. T80 BK moving across to recap. Rocket has got distracted. T72 moving up to engage the chopper as well. Anti-tank jet coming in for it too. Everything, yeah, needed to take that out. SU-27S comes in, gets the kill. Svedka coming in to try and deal with that. Command back in here. Back to +4, but Darkneutron is ahead. He is now within winning territory of the game. With 4 minutes left of this game, Coopz rushing a command into the center here. Back to neutralizing that. And caps it because there isn't actually a command in there from Darkneutron. This is turning into a pass the parcel. Oh, command is killed before it takes it completely. Nicely played by Darkneutron. Still +4. He does have a command tank coming in as well. Just under 3 minutes left. +4. Darkneutron takes the lead in points. Will take the game. No more commands except that tank left on the field. For Coopz. I'm not sure if he's got any more in reserve. But at this point the map is looking very red. Command here in a bad position. SU-22 comes in to finish the job. Doesn't get the kill though. But there's a lot of tanks here. Look at all of that. That command tank is going nowhere. Cluster coming in for it as well by the looks. I'm not entirely sure that Darkneutron needs that to do the job. There's the surrender. Commiserations, Coopz. That was really well played. You held on for so long with such a massive points advantage. But kills to losses, there was obviously a bit of a difference there at the end. Not unexpected. Everything looked very red. Well played, Doc. Let's hop straight into game number 2, guys. Oh, before we do that, let's have a quick look at the kills and losses. T-72s were doing an awesome job. But they can't get MVP because they're a tank. Motorstrike BMP for Coopz get MVP. So far, they have by far the most kills. Yeah. Goes to them. They did a good job wherever they were defending. Right, guys. Let's head straight into game number 2. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to game number 2 with Darkneutron and CoopzDIABLO. Darkneutron on the right in blue playing as the 8th Infantry, and over on the left in red we have CoopzDIABLO playing as the 79th Tank Division. Spetsnaz group pushing up fast and hard to get into here. Lots of units coming for Alpha, as we would expect from the player on Coopz's side. And on the other side, we see a majority of forces heading towards Bravo. Though some are coming down here. Look, we can see a good chunk coming down here still. Darkneutron feeling bold, planning to try and get in here early then. One recon squad gets up here nice and early for Coopz. Engaging sniper v sniper basically here. Obviously the Spetsnaz are a bigger squad, but there are 2 sniper squads here. I'm curious who wins out in that fight. Some skirmishing down here already between the snipers and the Spetsnaz group. Yeah, you got Alfkel here as well. Spetsnaz group taking a lot of fire. T-62's rolling in. Quite a lot of stuff coming down here, look. No messing from Darkneutron. He's sent a smattering of defensive forces and everything else is actually coming down here. That's more than I expected. It's hard to tell sometimes from those lines, but there is actually a lot coming down there. Reinforcements coming in at the top for Coopz. Perhaps planning to try and do a push at the top. Good positioning of tanks here. The Cannon Jagdpanzers. What are they firing at there? I'm not even sure. Maybe these vehicles? Yeah. There's a lot of stuff there, and these... I guess he's using them as recon. To allow the T-62s to fire, but... Cannon Jagdpanzer gets a really good hit on that. BMP... And the Jagdpanzers can be very good harassment. Abrams being called in there. Command tank Abrams there as well. We'll engage on the T-62s. Misses with the first shot. Cannon Jagdpanzer gets a good hit. Abrams finishes the job. Cannon Jagdpanzers, may I point out, have a kinetic weapon. So the closer they are, the more damage they do. So even to big, heavy tanks that have a lot more armor, they can potentially do a lot of damage when they're up close and personal. Not something we see pulled out very often, but they are very good. Currently +2 to Darkneutron. No command in at the bottom. There is one on the way for Coopz, though. But Darkneutron very likely going to get in the corner of this point here already. Coopz does have Metis launchers and stuff in here, but they're not right in the edge of the town. So they can't actually hit those Cannon Jagdpanzers. If they were in this building, they'd be hitting them. Metis launcher here as well, kind of facing out this way. If it was a little bit further over here, could probably fire at those Cannon Jagdpanzers. That's not me saying Coopz is doing anything wrong, by the way. I'm just pointing out for other people's reference. Maneuvering into edge buildings and things can make a difference in terms of doing some damage to incoming stuff. Motostocky pushing up this way to try and stop the reinforcements coming in. There's a lot coming in this way, though. Obviously, Darkneutron focusing everything on this bottom point now because he wants to take it. Abrams has taken damage here. Metis is now... was seemingly moving up, but has pulled back. The other Abrams has arrived. A third Abrams arriving there. At the moment, control of the map and control of the flow of the game very much in the hands of Darkneutron. We saw him manage to do this against Lathans as well. Cobra coming in now. There isn't actually any anti-air there for Coopz, so that Cobra is going to be a problem. Akav manages to get a kill on something over there. Command finally in this bottom point. But there's a lot of stuff here for Darkneutron. Darkneutron will be able to get in on this point and is likely going to take it. In terms of defenses, there's literally the Razvedka Sapri. And they're getting mauled by the Cobra. And unfortunately, Coopz at the moment doesn't have enough units really to push in from the top there. He could potentially take out the scouts and the sniper. But once he gets in there, he doesn't have the command up. And he doesn't have any infantry to hold the buildings. But that is a lot of blue. Everything that's been destroyed is red. I think Coopz is already in a lot of trouble in this game. There's already a significant difference in kills to losses. And at this stage of the game, that could potentially be devastating. Because Coopz is just going to really struggle to hold this point. He's rushing infantry in now. And a T-80 to try and counter those Abrams. 33 minutes left of this game, but I don't think it's going to go on that long at the moment. Sorry, Coopz. This is looking very difficult. Darkneutron ticking up points once more at +2. Reinforcements moving into the town. It's all Sapri RPO, so we'll be very effective against any infantry, but we'll struggle against the Abrams. I mean, the T-80 will help coming around the top there. But some RPG troops in the buildings might also be beneficial. Now, there is a chaparral at the back here, which is now being pushed up because there are choppers coming down. Command is being pushed up here to try and get into the top point. It's a good response from Coopz. He does need to try and do that. Another T80 and T62 coming in for Coopz. Some Motorstrelky on the way in. But everything's still looking very blue. Chaparral coming in there. Just some scouts at the edge watching the waterways. Chopper destroyed. Thunderbolt gets a shot off at the other recon chopper. MiG-31 coming in for the Thunderbolt. Does not get the kill. Manages to dodge the Eyehawk on the way out, though. T-62s engaging with the Ito here. They're not firing back at the Ito, and Ito gets a hit. Abrams moving in as well. M67 needs to be killed before that command can move in. Though, to be fair, so does the Abrams and the Ito. Yeah, I think Coopz is stuck between a rock and a very hard place right now. Making some progress through this point with those Sapri RPOs, clearing up the infantry. Has managed to keep his command alive so far. Eaglet arriving to try and deal with that Cobra. But he's just losing all his tanks to the Abrams and the Cannon Jagdpanzers at the top here. Yeah, absolutely minced. Those Cannon Jagdpanzers are actually doing a lot at the moment. They've really performed well this game. And the Thunderbolt is in, causing issues as well. But again, it's just a wall of red for what's being destroyed here with the odd little blue. Command destroyed at the top as it went into the point. Because those M67 and the Ito and the Abrams are still alive. I'm not even sure what got the kill. Cobra's here, free to engage because at the other side of the point, the Eagles just can't get a shot on them at the moment. Continues to be +2 to Darkneutron. Units being called in up here. Darkneutron causing issues by shooting at them as they come in with that recoilless rifle. The majority of the infantry getting slaughtered here by the Cobras. Eaglet is now in range to engage that Cobra. Abrams here. Doing some good fire support against the Motorstrelky. Oh, Coopz. This has been a horrible start to a game. Command destroyed in the bottom. Back to +4 for Darkneutron. And it will be an immense challenge to get back in this point now. I'm feeling for you here, Coopz. I'm feeling for you here. The map is very, very blue, and there's a surrender. Yeah, I think that would have been a very, very difficult, if not impossible, comeback. Kills to losses, obviously astronomically different in that game. That, as I say, sometimes numbers make a difference, and in that situation, it's big numbers that are making a difference. Kills and losses, let's have a quick look through. Cobra just absolutely minced so much stuff. Considering, yeah, I mean, Cobra gets MVP if we're going to give one for such a short game, but commiserations. Coopz played really, really well in that first game, and the second game just overwhelmed very early. Darkneutron had a plan, and he went with it, and he's very good at throwing a spanner in the works, as we saw when he played against Lathans. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned. We will have more WARNO during the week.